That was off. You doing this? No. I promise. I'm not in training. I don't gotta keep doing all that.
Facing at his own face anyway. That ain't the practice.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter.
Watch this closely because the ending matters. Terence Crawford joins Shakur Stevenson camp and delivers sharp guidance, teaching smart angles, calm defense, and clean counters to mentally outplay Teofimo Lopez and confidently control every round.
Yeah. Good. Good. Stay in your rhythm, champ. Stay in your rhythm. Your rhythm, your time, your fight. Let's go.
You trying hard? Good job. Good effort.
Shakur Stevenson grinds through hard training, pushing speed, timing, and defense ahead of the Teofimo Lopez fight as Terence Crawford observes every move closely, breaking down actions and shaping smarter plans inside the camp.
Yeah, that's the second time that happened to you. Yeah. And I ain't even touch your body. Yeah. Thank you.
Shakur coach says fear is not part of their mindset, explaining that Shakur is willing to face anyone and accepts every challenge without hesitation, ready to fight absolutely everyone.
Best of the best of the best. That go for everybody. For everybody. That go for everybody. I don't put him at the pound for pound over everybody. Now you figure out whoever you think the best, he the best. Ever.
Terence remains present inside Shakur camp, giving brotherly advice, sharing real experience, shaping strategy, and inspiring him through calm, steady, and confident leadership.
People that know it all are the people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
He's a work of art. The sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's gonna be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has.
Terence Crawford praises Shakur Stevenson, pointing out his elite skill level and sharp ring intelligence. He says some people call Shakur boring, but few truly understand his ability, strategy, and control shown in every fight.
You got winning there.
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like taking?
In Shakur Stevenson's camp, Terence Crawford teaches him a variety of techniques, emphasizing the value of learning different tricks from every fighter.
It's like a black kind of thing, like no like it's like, like when you go to cookouts and all your family be sitting there playing spades and like our type culture, I guess. We whipping their ass in spades, but they up right now.
Inside Shakur Stevenson camp, Terence Crawford teaches multiple techniques, stressing the importance of learning useful tricks from every fighter encountered.
There's some other ways it could go, but a lot of people think it's gonna be, it could possibly be boring. I don't think it's gonna be a boring fight. I think Teo knows he has to step up. I think this is his fight. I think it's Shakur's fight to lose, and what I mean by that is if Shakur doesn't operate, if Shakur is caught sleeping, something bad could happen. It's his fight to lose, but I think it's also Teo's fight to win. And what I mean by that is if Teo performs the way that he can perform, and I know that's like an empty message, but
we never know.
All that said, like it could actually be a really great fight. I expect a great fight.
And I hope this fight, I'm gonna let you go last because I respect you. Every time I'm in an argument, we talk about for the show. We all disagreement. I said, "Boy, I call Sean Zartel right now and eat your ass up." But I ain't one. But I hope Teo and Shakur starts the year off big and actually builds the sport of boxing for have a great year. I felt like I was let down last year in sport of boxing. I don't know how y'all felt. I just felt like we had a lot of open stuff that didn't get closed.
Sean Porter believes the upcoming Shakur Stevenson vs. Teofimo Lopez fight favors Stevenson, calling it his fight to lose. He says that if Shakur performs at his best, he can control pace, rhythm and result. While admitting boxing is unpredictable, Porter feels Stevenson's preparation and skill give him an edge. He adds the fight could be exciting and important for the sport, setting a strong tone for the year. Porter also reflects on last year, saying boxing felt unfinished and lacked closure, which he hopes this matchup can help fix. He shows respect to both fighters while stressing that Shakur must execute his plan to seize this big opportunity.
Again, sometimes the closest route isn't always the fastest route. You got a guy that likes to stay on the center line, a guy that's a master at controlling range. Okay? So many people fall into the understanding that because the straighter punch can get there, they believe faster, it's the shorter route to the target, that's the best and most effective weapon. No, it's not. It's not. So the one thing about hooks are in frame and then out of frame. In frame, check this out. Check this out. Back in frame. So that moment, that little small little moment where it's in frame, out of frame, back in frame, it gets to the straight line a lot quicker than straight punches. The punch that I'm worried about for Shakur getting hit with the most from Teo, and he's devastating with this punch, is the left hook.
Tim Bradley explains that the shortest path is not always the smartest one in boxing. He says when facing an opponent who stays centered and controls distance, a straight punch may look fast but is not always effective. Bradley notes many fighters wrongly assume the quickest route is best. He highlights the hook, explaining how it appears briefly, leaves vision and returns faster in certain moments. He points to the left hook as a serious weapon Shakur Stevenson must watch, showing how angles, timing and surprise can be more dangerous than pure speed.
After that, I feel like, Shakur is probably going to start stepping up and Teo's going to try to hit him and it's not going to work. And then Shakur might start. The thing about Shakur is a very good, a real good counter puncher, really sharp, real sharp with the counter punch. He sneaks those punches in, and that's the one that hurt the most when he just sneaking them in when you're not supposed to hit him. So I definitely feel like, I feel like Shakur is going to beat him comfortably. Not knockout, but comfortable 12 rounds for sure.
Have you sparred Lopez before?
I never sparred Teo.
Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, that definitely makes sense. Who do you think is going to win that fight?
I got Shakur for sure. Shakur.
Do you think he wins this comfortably, or do you think it will be a close fight?
I think he wins it comfortably, yeah. I think he wins it comfortably. I think, Shakur, I think the thing is about Teo is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You can see in some fights he's struggling. Teo does struggle. Now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles. And, he does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Teo does struggle. And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, Shakur's going to break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. It might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that. But then
Regis Progrise says Shakur Stevenson holds a clear edge mentally and technically over Teofimo Lopez. He explains that Lopez has strong athletic ability but often struggles with focus, consistency and mindset under pressure. Progrise says Shakur's calm thinking, ring control and accuracy allow him to read opponents and adjust mid-fight. He believes natural talent alone cannot match Shakur's disciplined approach, where mental strength often outweighs physical gifts, making Stevenson the more reliable fighter in this matchup.
I want to say like TV friendly because it depends on, you know, which either guy, what game they come with. Concerning is Shakur going to use nothing but his legs? Is Teo going to do just enough because Shakur may offset him a bit and give him a look that he never seen before? I have Shakur winning. I think Teo, concerning explosiveness, he get it. Rapid speed, he get it. But I think when it comes to the craft and fundamentals, you have to go with Shakur. To me, he's a lot more seasoned. And plus, I just believe Teofimo, he makes mistakes to me you just can't make when you're fighting Shakur.
Like what?
You can't be overcommitting. You can't approach his offense range with your lead hand down, especially since Shakur is a southpaw. Because that means if you're orthodox and you're approaching Shakur with your lead hand down, you're actually closer to what? His jab hand. And we all know Shakur got one of the best jabs, especially from a southpaw standpoint. But it's going to be a good fight. The card is incredible by itself. You know what I mean? We already know how the card is. We got Keyshawn on it, Jarrell Miller on it, Shushu Carrington. Like, so, you know, it's a great card, but I'm going with Shakur for the win.
Okay, with that being said, then what does Teo got to do to win?
He has to get Shakur up. How would I say this? I don't want to just make it seem like come across as if Shakur is novice, but the times that Shakur is putting himself against the ropes, this is the time that Teofimo is going to have to depend on his explosiveness. He's going to have to depend on his offset lead right hands. He's going to have, but even doing that, everything with Teo comes off his front foot, his explosiveness, his speed, everything. So it's almost like whenever the times he gets Shakur up against the rope, he got to pick his shots well, but then after that, he has to be ready to defend because with Shakur, the return is always.
Malik Scott breaks down the possible Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson fight by comparing strengths. He notes Lopez's speed and athleticism can make him explosive and unpredictable. However, he says those traits are not enough against a technical thinker like Stevenson. Scott explains that Shakur's ability to read opponents, manage pace, and exploit openings could shut down Lopez's advantages. He stresses that timing, intelligence, and decisions matter more than raw speed, giving Stevenson the upper hand.
Teofimo at certain spots, he's avoiding this guy, he's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I can see you having a little reservations, you know, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite, they will make, you know, for electricity. I don't know if they will, but I tell you what they will make for. Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete. I mean, Shakur showed aggression in his last fight against Cepeda, you know, being elusive while being aggressive. You know, walking them down, fighting on the inside, you know, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there, ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight, and it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitiveness, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about, and they wanted to see in Shakur.
Teddy Atlas defends both Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez from ongoing criticism. He says public opinion often ignores their dedication, growth, and achievements. Atlas explains both fighters have been misunderstood at times and deserve recognition for skill, discipline, and effort. He highlights Shakur's intelligence and calmness along with Lopez's instincts and athletic talent. He urges fans to respect the complexity of preparation and judging fighters beyond single performances.
Maybe a glimpse or two.
Why?
And one, Shakur said it himself after that fight that he wasn't gonna fight like that again, and that's the main reason. He said he wasn't gonna do it, and
Teo's cracking like that.
The 140, which is really, huh?
Is Teal cracking?
No, I don't think. I think he had more of a threat with the Zepeda as a puncher and Teofimo. But he's going up a weight class. That's not naturally his weight class as well.
You think that'll play a factor?
No, that would play a factor than him not fighting Pac how he did with the Payne.
Jermaine Ortiz shares insight on the upcoming Stevenson vs. Lopez fight, focusing on Shakur's development. He says Shakur has learned from past bouts and will not repeat earlier mistakes. Ortiz explains that before Shakur sometimes attacked without full distance control, creating openings. This time he expects a smarter approach with better range timing and positioning to stay effective and safe.
Moving around, making sure that
in and out,
doing things that Teal don't like.
He got longer arms, you know. I think he'll keep him at bay. You know, Teal's a tricky fighter too, so I'm not saying that he can't, you know, slip in and catch him with a couple shots. But Shakur, I think he's gonna be defensively sound. He doesn't like getting hit, and I think he's gonna stick to that.
You know, as far as Shakur is concerned and Teal, when you look at the speed, when you look at the timing, who do you feel like has that edge when it comes down to that? It could be separate. It could be somebody got the speed and somebody else got the timing. But when you look at those styles,
Ortiz adds that Shakur's ability to read opponents and adjust during fights has grown greatly. He says this improvement comes from hard work, studying rivals and learning from wins and losses. This maturity helps Shakur stay calm, land clean counters and avoid risky exchanges, giving him a clear advantage if applied correctly. That wraps up today's video. Stay locked in until the end.